Picture this. You're sitting in a coffee shop. Your phone buzzes. A text, a comment, a message. Someone says something, and suddenly your entire mood shifts. Your heart races, your mind spins, you replay it over and over. You feel hurt, angry, anxious, misunderstood, and the rest of your day, ruined. Now, here's the real question. Why do we give so much power to things outside of us? Why do we let a stranger's opinion, a friend's judgment, or a bad day at work dictate our inner world? What if I told you that you don't have to live like this anymore? Today, we're diving deep into a book that will change the way you see yourself, your emotions, and your peace. The book is called Stop Letting Everything Affect You by Daniel Chediak. And by the end of this journey, you'll understand how to reclaim your inner power no matter what life throws at you. Direct answer. What this book really teaches? So what is this book really about? At its core, Stop Letting Everything Affect You is a spiritual and practical guide to emotional freedom. Daniel Chediak teaches us that peace isn't something we find outside, it's something we remember within. The book reveals that most of our suffering comes from identifying too much with our thoughts, emotions, and external circumstances. When we learn to detach, to observe rather than absorb, we step into a state of calm that nothing can disturb. This isn't about becoming cold or unfeeling. It's about becoming unshakable. It's about understanding that you are not your anxiety, your anger, or your fear. You are the awareness behind them. And from that place, you hold all the power. Chapter 1. You are not your thoughts. Let me take you into the mind of Sarah. Sarah is 32. She's a marketing manager in Chicago. Successful on paper, but inside, chaos. Every morning, before her feet even hit the floor, her mind is already racing. Did I mess up that presentation? What if they don't like me? What if I get fired? What if I'm not good enough? By 9 a.m., she's exhausted. Not from work, from thinking. Sarah believes that she is her thoughts, that every anxious whisper, every critical voice, every fear is her. And this is where millions of us get trapped. Concept explanation. Daniel Chediak opens the book with a truth that sounds simple, but is life-changing. You are not your thoughts. Most of us go through life believing we are the voice in our head, the one that judges, worries, compares, and criticizes. But Chediak says, that voice, that's the ego. That's conditioning. That's past experiences replaying on loop. The real you is the one listening to those thoughts. You are the awareness, the observer, the stillness beneath the noise. Think about it. If you can notice your thoughts, then you must be separate from them, right? You wouldn't say, I am my hand. You'd say, I have a hand. In the same way, you don't have thoughts, you observe them. And once you understand this, everything changes. Because if you're not your thoughts, then your anxious thoughts don't define you. Your negative thoughts don't control you. You can simply watch them pass, like clouds in the sky. Practical application. So, how do you practice this? Here's what Daniel recommends, and what Sarah started doing. 1. Name the voice. When a thought arises, don't engage with it, just label it. Instead of, "I'm so anxious," say, "I'm noticing anxious thoughts." See the difference? You're creating space between you and the thought. 2. Ask, who is noticing this thought? This simple question pulls you back into awareness. It reminds you that you are the one watching, not the one drowning. 3. Practice daily observation. Every morning, sit for 5 minutes, close your eyes, and just watch your thoughts like you're watching a movie. Don't judge, don't fight, just observe. Over time, this creates a profound shift. You stop being in the storm. You become the calm sky that holds it. Takeaway. Here's what to remember. A. You are not your thoughts. You are the awareness behind them. B. Thoughts are temporary. Awareness is constant. C. When you stop identifying with every thought, you stop suffering from them. So, here's my question for you. Have you ever felt trapped by your own thoughts? Like they're running the show? Drop a comment below. Let's talk about it. You're not alone in this. Chapter 2. The Power of Detachment.
Meet James. James is a father of 2. He works in finance. He's a good man. But lately, he's been feeling drained. Not just tired, emotionally drained. His teenage daughter ignores him, his boss criticizes him, his wife is stressed, and every single thing, it affects him deeply. He carries everyone's emotions, everyone's problems, everyone's energy. By the end of the day, James doesn't even know who he is anymore. He's just a sponge, soaked in other people's moods. Sound familiar? This is where Daniel Chidiac introduces one of the most powerful spiritual concepts in the book: detachment. Now, here's what detachment does not mean. It doesn't mean you stop caring. It doesn't mean you become cold, distant, or emotionless. Detachment means you care deeply, but you don't lose yourself in the process. Chidiac explains that most of us are attached to outcomes, to people's opinions, to situations being a certain way. And when things don't go as planned, we crumble. But when you practice detachment, you show up fully. You love, you give, you engage, but you're not dependent on the outcome for your peace. You love your daughter, but you're not devastated if she rolls her eyes. You do your best at work, but you're not destroyed if someone criticizes you. You care, but you don't carry. And that's freedom. Here's how James started practicing detachment and how you can too. 1. Set emotional boundaries. James learned to say, "I love you, but I can't fix your mood. That's your responsibility." Boundaries aren't walls, they're clarity. 2. Let go of the need to control. He stopped trying to control his daughter's choices, his boss's reactions, or his wife's stress. He focused on what he could control, his own response. 3. Practice the mantra, "I care, but I don't carry." Repeat this when you feel yourself absorbing someone else's energy. You can hold space for someone without holding their burden. This one shift changed James's life entirely. He became more present, more peaceful, more himself. Remember, detachment is not indifference, it's inner freedom. You can love people without losing yourself. Peace comes when you stop trying to control everything. Here's a question for you. Do you tend to absorb other people's emotions? Are you the one everyone leans on, but no one holds space for? Let me know in the comments. We see you.
Chapter 3. Stop absorbing other people's energy. Let me tell you about Maya. Maya is an empath. She feels everything deeply. She walks into a room and she instantly knows who's upset, who's angry, who's hiding pain. For years, she thought this was a gift, but lately it feels like a curse. Because Maya doesn't just sense people's energy, she absorbs it. Her friend vents about her breakup, Maya feels the heartbreak. Her coworker complains about their boss, Maya feels the frustration. A stranger looks sad on the subway, Maya carries it home. And by the end of the day, Maya is emotionally wrecked, and she doesn't even know why. This is one of the most important lessons in Stop Letting Everything Affect You. You are not responsible for other people's energy. Daniel Chidiak explains that many of us, especially sensitive, caring people, have been conditioned to believe that feeling someone's pain means we have to carry it. But that's not true. You can be compassionate without being a dumpster for everyone's emotions. Chidiak teaches that energy is contagious. If you're not protecting your own energy, you'll be constantly drained by the world around you. Think of it like this. If you're a glass of clear water and someone pours mud into you every day, eventually you become muddy too. But if you learn to stay full of your own clarity, your own peace, the mud can't get in.
You can listen without absorbing. 3. Daily energy reset. At the end of the day, Maya started doing this. She'd stand in the shower and imagine all the energy she picked up washing off her body and down the drain. She'd say, "I release what is not mine." Simple, powerful, effective. Takeaway. Here's what to lock in. A. You can be empathetic without being a sponge. B. Protecting your energy is not selfish, it's necessary. C. You are responsible for your peace, not everyone else's. Quick question for you. Do you absorb other people's emotions too easily? Have you ever felt emotionally drained after being around certain people? Drop a comment. Let's talk energy. Chapter 4. The Illusion of Control. Let's talk about Marcus. Marcus is a planner, a control freak if we're being honest. He plans his mornings, his meals, his career moves, his relationships. Everything has to go a certain way. And when it doesn't, Marcus spirals. The promotion he didn't get, the relationship that ended, the weather that ruined his vacation. To Marcus, every unexpected thing feels like a personal attack. And here's the painful truth. Marcus isn't in control. He never was. He's just exhausted from pretending. Concept explanation. Daniel Chidiak drops a truth bomb in this chapter. Most of your stress comes from trying to control things you never could. We live in a world that sells us the illusion of control. Plan everything, optimize everything, predict everything. But life doesn't work that way. Chidiak says the only thing you can control
is your response. Not the outcome, not other people, not the future. Just how you choose to react in this moment. And when you finally accept that, you exhale deeply, because you stop fighting reality. You stop resisting life. You start flowing with it. Practical application. Here's what Marcus did and what you can do. 1. Identify what you can't control. Make a list. Seriously. Other people's opinions? Can't control. The past? Can't control. The future? Can't control. Now, make a second list. What can you control? Your attitude, your effort, your kindness, your boundaries. Focus only on that second list. 2. Practice radical acceptance. When something doesn't go your way, say this: "This is what's happening. I accept it. Now what's my next move?" Acceptance isn't giving up. It's getting unstuck. 3. Let go of should. Marcus used to say, "This should have worked out. She should have texted back. They should have promoted me." Every should is resistance. Let it go. Replace it with, "This is what is. Now what?" Takeaway. Here's the truth. A. The need for control is rooted in fear. B. Letting go is not losing, it's freeing yourself. C. Peace comes when you stop fighting what is. Tell me, are you a control freak? Do you struggle to let things unfold naturally? Comment below. No judgment, just honesty. Chapter 5. Rewriting Your Inner Story. Meet Lena. Lena grew up hearing the same story over and over. You're not smart enough. You're too sensitive. You'll never make it. And for 28 years, Lena believed it. She stayed small. She played safe. She never spoke up. Because in her mind, that's who she was. That was her story. Until one day, she asked herself a question that changed everything. What if that story isn't true?
This chapter is about one of the most powerful tools in the book: rewriting your inner narrative. Daniel Chidiak explains that most of us are living out old scripts, stories we were told as kids, stories we told ourselves after painful experiences. And we've repeated them so many times we think they're facts, but they're not. They're just stories, and stories can be rewritten. Chidiak says, you are not your past. You are not your mistakes. You are not what people said about you. You are who you choose to become right now in this moment. Practical application. Here's how Lena rewrote her story and how you can rewrite yours. Number 1, identify your limiting beliefs. What are the stories you tell yourself? I'm not good enough. I'm too old. I'm too broken. I always fail. Write them down. Number 2, ask, is this actually true? Most of the time, no.
It's just a belief you've been repeating. Number 3, write a new story. Lena started saying, I am learning, I am growing, I am enough, right now, as I am. She didn't wait to feel it, she started speaking it. And over time, it became true. Because the story you tell yourself becomes the life you live. Lock this in. Your past does not define your future. You are the author of your own story. Change the narrative, change your life. So here's my question for you. What's one limiting belief you've been carrying? What story are you ready to rewrite? Share it in the comments. Let's rewrite it together. Chapter 6, The Practice of Presence. Imagine this. You're sitting at dinner with your family, but you're not really there. You're thinking about tomorrow's meeting, last week's argument, that text you haven't replied to. Your body is at the table, but your mind? Somewhere else. And this is how most of us live. Always somewhere else, never here. Boolean concept explanation. Daniel Chidiak ends the book with the simplest yet most profound practice: presence. Not meditation, not enlightenment, just being here, now. He explains that 90% of our suffering comes from living in the past or the future, regretting what was, worrying about what might be. But life only happens now. This breath, this moment, this heartbeat, that's all you ever have. And when you're fully here, you realize you're okay, you're safe, you're whole. Practical application. Here's how to practice presence starting today. Number 1, the 5-4-3-2-1 grounding technique. Name 5 things you see, 4 you can touch, 3 you hear, 2 you smell, 1 you taste. This pulls you out of your head and into now. Number 2, single tasking. When you eat, just eat. When you listen, just listen. Stop splitting your attention. Be fully where you are. Number 3, morning stillness. Before you check your phone, sit for 5 minutes. Just breathe. Just be. No agenda, no goals, just presence. Remember, peace is always in the present moment. The past is gone. The future isn't here. Now is all there is. When you're fully present, you're fully alive. Here's my question for you. When was the last time you were truly present? Not multitasking, not worrying, just here. Let me know in the comments. FAQs, your top questions answered. FAQ 1, how do I find inner peace in a chaotic world? This is the number 1 question people ask. Here's the truth. Inner peace isn't something you find. It's something you return to. Peace is your natural state. It's always there, beneath the noise. The key is to stop looking for it outside and start cultivating it within. Practice daily stillness, even for 5 minutes. Create boundaries around your energy. Let go of the need to control everything. And most importantly, remember, you are not your circumstances. You are the awareness that holds them. When you root yourself in that awareness, chaos can swirl around you, but it can't touch your core. Inner peace is a practice, not a destination. FAQ 2. What are practical ways to stay calm under pressure? Great question. Here's what works. First, pause before you react. Take 3 deep breaths. This activates your parasympathetic nervous system and pulls you out of fight or flight. Second, name what you're feeling. Say it out loud or in your head. I'm feeling stressed. I'm feeling overwhelmed. This creates distance between you and the emotion. Third, zoom out. Ask yourself, will this matter in a year? In 5 years? Most of the time, no. This perspective shift is powerful.
And finally, ground yourself in your body. Feel your feet on the floor. Notice your breath. Pressure lives in the mind. Calm lives in the body. Come back to your body and you come back to calm. FAQ 3. How do I stop caring what other people think? This one hits deep. Here's the truth. You'll never completely stop caring. We're social creatures, but you can stop letting it control you. Start by asking, whose opinion actually matters? Not everyone's voice deserves a seat at your table. Choose wisely. Second, realize people are mostly thinking about themselves. That embarrassing thing you did, they forgot about it 5 minutes later. You're not the center of anyone's universe, and that's freeing. Third, define your own values. When you know who you are and what you stand for, other people's opinions become background noise. You're no longer looking for validation outside because you've validated yourself within. And finally, practice discomfort. Do the thing that scares you. Post the photo. Share the idea. Speak up. The more you do it, the less power it has. FAQ 4. Can I be spiritual without being religious? Absolutely. Spirituality and religion are not the same thing. Religion is a system, a structure, a set of beliefs. Spirituality is a personal connection to something greater than yourself, whether you call it the universe, consciousness, love, or energy. You don't need to go to church, read scriptures, or follow rituals to be spiritual. You just need to cultivate awareness, presence, and compassion. Spirituality is about finding peace within, treating others with kindness, and recognizing the interconnectedness of all life. Daniel Chadiak's book is deeply spiritual, but it's not religious. It's about waking up to who you really are. And that journey, it's universal. It's for everyone, no matter what you believe or don't believe. Conclusion, your new beginning. So here we are, at the end of this journey through Stop Letting Everything Affect You by Daniel Chadiak. But really, this isn't the end. It's the beginning. Because now you know the truth. You know that you are not your thoughts. You are the awareness behind them. You know that peace isn't out there. It's within you. Always has been. You know that detachment isn't cold. It's freedom. You know that you don't have to absorb everyone's energy. You can care without carrying. You know that most of your stress comes from trying to control the uncontrollable. You know that your past doesn't define you. Your story can be rewritten. And you know that the only moment that matters is this one, right now, right here. So take a breath. Feel your body. Feel the stillness beneath the noise. You're okay. You've always been okay. And no matter what happens outside of you, no opinion, no criticism, no chaos can take that away. Because peace, it's not something you achieve, it's something you are. And you've just remembered it. So go forward with this knowing. Let the world spin. Let people have their opinions. Let life be messy. And you stay rooted. You stay calm. You stay you.
because you've stopped letting everything affect you. And that, my friend, is true freedom. If this video resonated with you, hit that like button, share it with someone who needs to hear this message, and subscribe to Ladder Up English, because we're just getting started. More books, more journeys, more truth. Thank you for being here. Thank you for choosing peace. Thank you for choosing you. I'll see you in the next one. Until then, stay present, stay powerful, stay free.